One of the most important things when you are concealing yourself is to disrupt this human shape. When you are out in the woods, your eyes and your opponent's eyes will be drawn to things that look like a human. So straight away, you've got this shoulder, head, and shoulder here. So it doesn't matter how well you're concealed. If you are, as you can see with the green background behind me, if I'm moving along, there is a human shape. Your opponents are going to pick that out. When you are ghillie sniping, one of the ways you can conceal this shape is by using a hood. You can see by having the hood up, it starts to disrupt the human shape. And a traditional ghillie suit, it starts to conceal that human shape rather than be, you see here, you've got more of that shape. Once the hood's up, it starts to disrupt that. Now, this is great, okay? This does work. The problem is with hoods, when you start to move your head around and you start turning, it can limit your vision. It can create this kind of tunnel vision. One of the advantages of having a hood when you are turning your head, as you can see, the head moves inside the hood, but the hood is staying stationary. This means that you can turn a little bit and it does reduce any movement until you have to turn your entire body. So what I have been using for several occasions, I've had a custom, I've called it a concealment beret. The principle of this concealment beret that I'm about to show you guys is based on the Israeli army's helmet covers. So the Israeli armies have very large helmet covers that disrupt their shape. So this is what I'm going to be bringing. This is going to be available in the next few days. This weird blob of KMCS material is actually a concealment beret made out of the same stuff as the KMCS suit. It's got the randomized leaf patterns all over it, the same mesh, and it's covered in elastic for adding natural veg. But what it is, rather than it being a hood, it goes on your head like this. So it's a hybrid hood and a hat. And here we go. Now, you are now disrupting that human shape. Also, when you're turning, you've got the advantage of not having the reduced peripheral vision. So you've got all the advantage of a hood with improved visibility, and it's not affecting any of your vision out this way. You can move it around, you can put it where you want. If you've got a rifle, you can pull it over the front like this. So you can pull it up like this if you've got your rifle. So this is the KMCS Concealment Beret. It's a new idea that I've had for a while to bring to market. I think you guys are gonna enjoy using it. I think you're gonna see. I think it's gonna be very effective for you guys. You know, let's have a look. We could wear that elastic that way around if you wanted, I suppose. You could turn it inside. You could flatten it out a bit. There we go. So you see how it sits, very disrupting that human shape, flattening you out, and it's going to make you much harder to spot, but still you're going to be able to, might have to just do a little adjustment, tuck that leaf under there. You're still going to be able to move your head around and not have reduced peripheral vision. With the built-in loops here, you can of course add natural veg like you can over the entire suit. It's not a new concept in concealment though. It is something that has been used by the Israeli military for a long time, and that's where the idea has come from. And there you can see how it's kind of got this same effect as a hood, and it reduces that human outline. See how it flattens me out? You can imagine in a hide situation here, it's completely flattened out that silhouette. And that is the principle of this KMCS Concealment Beret. I've not done the best job on these guys. I'll have to, it's not how I would, not up to my usual standard of stuffing veg there, but you get the idea of how it works. It is a tried and tested concealment system in Israel, and I think it's going to be fantastic for us ghillie snipers. The advantages of a hood, but without the disadvantage of reducing our perceptions. You can see here, I've actually pulled it over, and you can put it over your scope like this, you know, if you want to. And that way it's sort of providing protection for reloading, and you can completely disrupt this if you want to over a scope. Or, like here, wear it backwards, and I have got complete peripheral vision here, and I'm able to turn and look each way. But obviously, when you're turning your head, just be aware that unlike a hood, you're in, this whole thing is moving. So, you know, it's a compromise. That's the principle. And for me, that's one of the things. When you spend time out in the forest, especially playing sniper on sniper games, when we play the sniper ops events, and when you're out there in the woods, sometimes when you see something that looks like a human, and you stop, it could be like lumps of wood or just shadows, you really realize how much the brain picks them out. It's the same idea as when you look up in the clouds and you see things. You know, when you look in the clouds and you see things, oh, that looks like a bird, or that looks like a car or a ship or a dragon. You know, when you see these big clouds form shapes, that's your brain kind of forming ideas of what they are. And the same thing happens when you're out in the forest and you see shapes at a distance. If it looks like a human, your brain says to you, oh, be aware, there might be a human there. This is going to protect you from that. So that's the principle of it. It's got kind of like a tri shape, so not really, you can kind of bulk your head out on both sides like this. So that's it symmetrical. So symmetrically, it's a bit like a hood. So it's a little bit longer. So it's almost like a triangle. So you've got these two longer bits at the back and then that one. So it sits there like a triangle. So it's a bit like a hood. I like to wear it kind of asymmetrical. I like wearing it a bit like that, you know, a bit like flopped on one side. But yeah, you could do it symmetrical if you wanted. However it falls, you know. I prefer the kind of random, kind of just flop down asymmetric look. As unhuman as possible is what I'm going for. One thing a hood doesn't have, right? If you're using the hood, this is another advantage of using this system, is that if you're moving between areas or you're playing a longer game, you can easily take this off, put it on the floor, and then stuff the natural veg into it, and then put it back onto your head. Now that is something that you can't do with a hood. With a hood, you've got to take your whole suit off and maybe take your webbing off. With this thing, it does allow you to easily pop it off, veg up, pop it back on again, and you're good to go. This is also going to be available in green as well. New stock of green balaclavas, brown balaclavas, green and brown KMCS suits, green and brown KMCS anoraks, the new concealment berets in green and brown, and there might be the other product which I haven't revealed yet. I'm not going to reveal that yet. There's another product coming as well which I've been working on. I don't think that's going to be with us this week though, but it is on the way. Thank you very much for joining me. Keep an eye out on social media for the exact day this is going to be available. It is going to be available exclusively at skirmshop.nl. I love working with those guys. They're an awesome shop, amazing customer service, and that is why I'm working with them on this, because they're better at that sort of stuff than me. Yeah, let me know what you think of this. This is the KMCS Concealment Beret. Thanks guys, appreciate you all. Have a great weekend, and if you are playing airsoft, hope you have a wonderful time. Catch you later.